Hi, you're listening to Two Dumb Babies, an animated current events podcast by two comedians who only read headlines.
Episode 27?
7, wow, yeah.
Episode 27, the SpaceX launch.
27, the year that we die of an overdose.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
Yeah, I guess we're not popular enough that it would matter.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta at least fucking get somewhere first before you can
Yeah.
just be like, hey, I'm in the 27 club. Like, nah, you're in the overdose club, you idiot.
No, yeah.
That's a much less cool club.
You gotta work up to being a tragedy, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Is this where we clap? Now it's the episode?
Now we don't. Nope, we're done. No more clapping.
Okay. Damn it. But I mean, like, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, no, because we don't have a video. I'm not video recording this anymore. It's just audio now. So ultimately,
And you can't hear it on your thing.
and
either,
I can't
huh?
hear your clap. Yeah, it would require us both clapping at the exact same time. Like, it's really, really pointless now.
Oh man, these are the inside jokes that we were talking about. Like, man, how come Willie don't understand the clap?
One day he's gonna get the clap. We're going to space, and there are civil rights protests in every major city in America.
We're just one dead guy in a car away from 1963. Time travel is easy if you just repeat the events. It's not really time travel, but it's the same things happening again.
It's the same principle, I guess.
What's that thing history always does? I can't remember.
Ends up in books. I don't know.
Repeats itself. That's what it was.
Know where you put history if you don't want people to know about it? Books. People hate reading.
Yeah, no one's going to read that. So easy to burn. Why'd they make knowledge so flammable?
Space launches are just NASCAR for rich people.
In a few years, there's going to be like an M&M's rocket with whatever Earnhardt child is still alive driving.
You know how to make space launches more exciting? Take the NASCAR approach. Launch 40 rockets at the same time.
Try and call it too boring or too long then. I want it longer. 10 hours isn't enough time.
Whoever gets to the space station first survives and becomes Triple Crown champion.
This is the first televised launch since 2011 in the U.S. I was really excited for it because rocket launches are mankind's greatest fuck you to nature.
We aren't supposed to be up here, but here we are. Fuck you, God. You aren't in the clouds. We checked.
It's not about patriotism or being proud of your country or your people. It's about taking a big dump on God's doorstep.
Satellites are the best part about our journey into space because it's such a waste of one of the great achievements of humanity.
Carving a place in the eons of the universe just to give idiots directions to Chick-fil-A is the funniest way to upset the natural order.
Defining our place in the heavens so you don't get lost on the way to divorce court.
Before satellites, you didn't even need divorce court.
Yeah, that's when you could just leave for a pack of smokes, move to another town, start a new life.
Space ruined that too.
Yeah. Wait, are we for space or against it?
I'm pro leaving your family and starting a secret family. That's all I am.
And now you have to do that by going to space. Is that what we're saying?
For years, the U.S. has been paying Russia upwards of $80 million per seat to get U.S. astronauts to the International Space Station.
It's like living with your ex-girlfriend after you break up.
I can't afford my own place right now, but I'll buy my own groceries, and if you get with someone else, I won't be mad. Even if it's China. Tell me it isn't China.
This time, NASA isn't running the entire show. It partnered with SpaceX, the private company that designed, built, and operates the Crew Dragon spacecraft.
Okay, we're going to space in a dragon. Two things that don't exist.
Who's piloting this? A wizard and a good cop?
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here with
Get
that.
out of here. Get out of here is actually one word, I'm pretty sure.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
My Italian grandfather, that was his last name. It was Linguini. Get out of here.
Yeah.
He's the inventor of modern pasta and fascism.
What's modern pasta?
The one that looked like the little dinosaurs, you know, and they had dinosaur pasta and the mac and cheese. That was Linguini. Get out of here. Cool. We're still recording also.
Yep,
Just
my
let you
side
know.
too. Me
It's
too. Me
okay.
too. I am also still recording. A private company is shooting people into space for the first time.
They're looking for a new Cayman Islands.
We don't have taxes here. We don't even have gravity.
Also, any asshole with a boat can get to the Cayman Islands. You want to go to space, you got to go through me. or Russia?
Who do you want to pay? The Russians or the cool South African guy?
Remember, before you answer, South Africans and Americans have the same values. Don't say it, but you know what I'm talking about. Mandela was a terrorist. Elon Musk caught a lot of heat for trying to reopen his factories too soon, and he threatened to leave California, like a beach boy.
Wait, what?
And when he threatened to leave
California.
No, one of them tried to quit the band. I think it was Brian Wilson trying to quit. Never mind. It might be too deep. It's too deep.
Weird guy.
Elon Musk caught a lot of heat for trying to reopen his factories too soon, and he threatened to leave California, like Shaq.
He's like, I'll go to the fucking moon instead.
Or Arizona, the only place more desolate than the moon. This is an anti-Shaq podcast. I like
actually
Kobe and
like
LeBron.
Shaq. Yeah.
Kobe and LeBron. I know Shaq is great, but don't let him hear that I said
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's an anti-Shaq podcast. But I love Shaq. He's so cool. He's a DJ. He does the comedy. He does comedy series for some reason. I never got that at all. Some people blew up off Shaq.
Yeah, fighting video game.
Yeah, that guy rules. So hard to hate, but that's why we do it, because it's hard. Not because it's easy, but because it is hard. Why do you hate Shaq? Ask yourself as a country. Hate Shaq not because it is easy, but because it is hard. That's JFK hating Shaq.
If the upcoming flight is successful, Crew Dragon will become the first commercially built ship to ever carry humans to the International Space Station.
Private companies have to go to space now because NASA has been defunded so hard.
NASA used Eventbrite to get people to RSVP for the launch.
NASA is using the same technology as your friend's shitty band trying to get you to come out for the open mic at the Golden Corral.
They got a PA and everything. It's like a real show.
You have to buy a drink, though. Please buy a drink.
They won't have us back if you don't buy a drink.
NASA is really just collecting names for the email list, like an old headliner scraping their way through the Midwest.
If I send out enough emails, maybe Houston will have me back for another launch.
The last launch was 85% full. That was the deal. Here are the new uniforms that SpaceX is putting their astronauts in.
Does the rocket have a bug problem or something?
Why are they dressed like they both own a van with a giant cockroach on top of it?
Also, why do exterminators drive around with the thing that they get rid of on top of their cars?
That's like if the fire department drove around with their trucks on fire, so you knew what they did.
Hey, here comes the fire department.
No, that was a car accident. There's a few people dead in there for sure.
Even our space suits look like hazmat suits.
No, that's space riot gear in case the protest moved to the ISS.
The spacesuits look like what someone in the 1940s thought spacesuits would look like.
Dumb. PBS had 6 hours of coverage on Wednesday just for the launch not to happen. That's like watching the entire Super Bowl lead-up show just to see it get canceled because football is dangerous.
Hey, we didn't think about it before, but this is actually really dangerous.
Our Super Bowl champ is the peace of mind of the American people, knowing that no one was hurt today. Of course, going to space is dangerous.
That's why we're watching. Light her up. We tuned in to watch the launch, and then they scrubbed it.
What a stupid way to say they're not doing it.
I think they mean postponed or scratched.
Or scrapped. Okay, maybe not scrapped. Scrapped might be bad luck to say.
NASA only says scrapped in morning.
If you're just tuning in, expecting them to be in space, we did have a scrub today due to weather.
Scrubbed is actually space slang, like laser bee and depresh. Like, this is how you'd use it in a sentence. You'd be like, depresh the Hatchamundo. Gonna go for a zero-G Cosmo cruise, brother. Oh, they scrubbed the big jump down in Cape Can?
Of course they canceled it. Space isn't real.
Space was invented by Stanley Kubrick in that one movie.
A Space Odyssey?
No, the moon landing. We should clarify that we're not flat earthers. We just believe the atmosphere goes forever. Like, the atmosphere is the entire universe. I'm not a flat earther. It's just, I just believe you can breathe in space. That's what I believe. No one else.
I don't know what that has to do with the moon landing, but...
No, the moon landing was fake because everyone knows there's grass on the moon. There's like birds and an ocean.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that in the video. Or in any video ever. How do you not check the weather before the launch?
We don't have to check the weather. We're going into space. What an idiot.
Yeah, space doesn't have weather.
That's the whole thing about space.
No weather.
No weather. There's no weather up there. That's why there's no air, because there's no weather. Idiot.
With air, you know, one goes with the other. You gotta love that people can say space isn't real on a podcast that's using space to put out their podcast.
That sucks for the astronauts who are sitting there waiting to get launched into space and have it get canceled.
Talk about icing the kicker.
Strapping yourself to a rocket and then them being like, you know what? We're going to wait till Saturday. Well, I'm not sleeping until Saturday. Thank you.
It's like when a bully in school is like, I'm going to punch you in the face on Friday.
But it's Monday. Can't you just punch me now?
Nah, weather isn't good enough. I'm going to punch you when it's nice and sunny outside.
SpaceX making history, launching 2 astronauts into space for the first time.
This was SpaceX's first manned launch.
Remember when we used to just throw dogs into unmanned rockets? The people don't love the space program. Throw a dog in there, and the people will at least learn to fear it. And then they laugh like Nazis because they're Nazis. If you want to tell me NASA wasn't created by Nazis, then tell me why they decided to send dogs into space.
Logic isn't all there with that joke, but I see what you're trying to say.
I'm pretty sure the Nazis actually like dogs.
They only didn't like curly-haired dogs. What's this furry little Jew doing running around here without a star?
Sir, that is a poodle.
I don't care. Line them up. Look at all these big-nosed Jews.
Those are dogs, sir. All dogs have big noses. They're dogs.
This is the Nazi who's never seen a dog.
He's like, all these goddamn Jews barking in Hebrew.
They're just barking, sir.
I don't know. I've never learned Hebrew. It all sounds the same to me.
They bust in and find a bunch of dogs praying around a menorah.
They're like, actually, these dogs are Jews. I don't know where they learned that, but these are Jew dogs, actually. They don't go out on Saturdays. They're like, okay, these are Jew dogs here.
This chimpanzee will pave the way into space. His name is Ham.
They always found the best animal to send into space.
Don't send the best chimp. Send the worst chimp.
Yeah, send the chimp who bit a kid or something.
Hey, this chimp sucks. Let's strap him to this rocket and see what happens.
Not the smartest one we've ever seen.
He could have cured chimp cancer or something. So on Saturday, we actually got to see a launch. We went into space while the entire world was focused on something much more important.
Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
Why do they clap so early?
They're like, hey, we didn't kill anyone immediately.
It's like clapping because the quarterback threw the ball.
Man, you clearly haven't watched this sport before. This sometimes ends badly.
We haven't seen where this thing is going to land yet.
It's like cheering because you lit the fuse on the firework.
Let's wait to see if anyone loses fingers first.
I know we were smiling and talking through the entire way uphill, so it was just a lot of fun for us.
He's going to space just having a fucking ball, dude. Having the time of his life.
I bet going to space would be fun. That's probably every astronaut in history.
Neil Armstrong wasn't thinking on the way up to space, this is truly a great day for humanity. He was probably like, wee! I'll save the speech for later. Wee!
When Orville Wright invented flight, he wasn't doing it to revolutionize how humans interact with the world. He was thinking, how much you want to fucking bet I can fly?
When he got up there, he probably started spitting on people. Like, fuck you, losers. I can fly. Puh, puh. Taste this Wright brothers spit. What is that, rain? No, that's the saliva from Orville J. Wright.
And then he made popcorn or something. I don't know how it ended.
Yeah, then he did something old-timey, like fought in a Civil War or something. Or revolutionized a railroad.
Yeah, he did something old-timey, like die from a disease that we have a cure for now.
It's like, this is very per the course of our time.
A lot of firsts, but also underlying the fact that, this does come with risk. We are talking about 2 astronauts who are best friends. This is also a test flight, so this is part of the reason why people are watching with both excitement but also bated breath here.
They're best friends, so it'll be extra tragic if something bad happens.
How else can I raise the stakes of this? If they don't get to space, I'll kill this cat live on the air.
Please put the cat down.
My directors asked me to put the cat down, but I will not. The ratings depend on some kind of suspense, okay? Even if it's me threatening this animal's life.
Put the cat down.
Did I mention this cat is also a hero?
This is the first time that we're going to see a launch from American soil in almost 10 years' time.
Yeah, this is historic.
It isn't history if you already did it less than a decade ago.
This is just quitting and getting back into it. It's like NASA just got divorced.
Like, you know what that bitch can't take? My dreams. We're going back to space. and I'm starting that folk punk band. Come see me retake my dignity Thursday night at 3:30 at the Golden Corral. RSVP on Eventbrite.
On May 31st, the crew of the Dragon safely made it to the International Space Station because all of the tragedies were happening down on Earth.
Now we just wait for the next presidential tour of Dallas.
Where in space do you want to go?
We already did this in the last space episode.
Oh, yeah.
God, you don't even know your own library, Eric. How do you expect these people to remember any of these
jokes?
jokes?
That was like the first one we recorded.
If you get a chance to go on a rocket with Elon Musk, maybe take it. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe there won't be any accidents ever again in space.
Yeah, I mean, I would go if it was with Elon.
If it was, yeah, right?
I trust he's not going to blow himself up.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He might. Like, I'll go to space, but I'm carrying your unnameable baby.
You gotta, you have a hostage? No, don't say that. It's not a hostage.
It sounds so bad when you put it like that. It's like,
yeah, it's more like collateral.
Collateral, yeah.
It's human collateral. That's a hostage. Like, no, well, you're saying the hostage thing again.
Well, yeah.
You're really ticking me off, Elon. I don't like.
Oh, so now you know what words are all of a sudden. When you were naming your child, nothing.
If you cared about this baby, why don't you give him a person's name, not a computer's?
Yeah.
Elon Musk is here, and he also makes flamethrowers. What did you do?
Yeah, I wonder if a flamethrower went on the rocket just in case they encounter some aliens or Russians and Chinese people.
Oh my God, aliens! Like, not illegal, just foreign peoples. Anyway, I burned a bunch of people in the ISS.
There's immigrants in our space station.
How did they get here? Build the wall.
Build the space wall.
All right, there's no wall, but there is this big laser that'll give you cancer if you walk past it. So, space stuff.
We're going to space. Someone shoot the president already.
Well, we'll see you. We'll see you next time. As long as martial law doesn't dictate that Eric gets executed for saying that, or me for being around it. I think I've said that before. Also,
You've said it multiple times. Yeah. Here, I'll tell you which episodes to check.
Eric, we can't sell each other out to the fucking police. What are we doing?
Just immediately.
You said it here. This is it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Thank you guys for listening. You can follow the show at Two Dumb Babies on all social media. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we drop the animated episodes, behind the scenes, and additional content. New episodes drop every Monday. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a comment on the podcast. We'll see you all on another episode of Two Dumb Babies. Bye-bye, dummies.